Hey everyone, TexPool here. Earlier this year, I made a total of 3 videos about 3 of my original characters, and this wasn't gonna be the end of it. I have a lot more characters, and each of them were gonna get their own exposition videos, but it turns out I don't have much to tell about them. Like, there's really not much about them beyond the somewhat cool appearance. Someone lacks a backstory, personality traits, or just feels redundant. If I were to make a video about these other characters, this is what it would be like. This is my character. I made them. Previously, they looked like this. I didn't like it. And this is what they look like now. Now I like this. I have no idea what else to say about them. It's like promoting this cool book you're writing, but all you have to show off is a cool cover art, and only a vague idea of what the story's about. However, there is one character I have a lot to say about, but I can't do it alone. You can come out now, Cat.
Hey, Tex, what's up?
Hey, White Cat. You see, I'm in the middle of making a video about one specific character. And given how much we worked on her together initially, and how she's intertwined with our shared history, it's not right to do it on my own.
Ah, Felza. Right. Alright, I'm all in, buddy. Oh boy, is this gonna be a wild ride.
I know, right? Where do we even begin? Well... Frozen.
Yep. The year 2014. When the popularity of Disney's Frozen was at its highest, and during that popularity, lots of parodies were made. Lots of parodies of Elsa specifically.
Yup. I remember at one point seeing fan art, imagining Elsa with fire powers. And I guess this spawned my original fire version of Elsa, who was... a pyromaniac. And as fate would have it, around that time I was already making Sub-Celsa comics. And for whatever reason, I decided to pair this Fire Elsa with Scorpion, because...
Fire powers?
Yeah, I guess so. So it was time to make Fire Elsa a character of her own, and oh boy, what you and I came up with was truly bizarre.
Not even as much bizarre as it is being all over the place, as in a little out of focus, and involving a whole bunch of variations.
But even so, having her as White Cat's adoptive daughter, yeah, for anyone wondering, White Cat is actually my bestie's original character. And as I was saying, the adoptive daughter created from the essence of Elsa, and given fire powers in order to be a perfect match for Scorpion.
In other words, cloning.
Yep. All that was missing was having Scorpion show up and say,
"Make me a companion. Someone like me."
Nice Frankenstein reference.
And what followed was the pinnacle of my writing skills at the time. The most outlandish concepts, followed by mediocre execution. She just shows up, joins the main cast, and nobody bats an eye. In hindsight, the other characters should have been more suspicious of Elsa. Yeah, you heard that right. We call her Elsa now. Like, who is she? Why she looks exactly like Elsa?
But nope!
It didn't bother anyone. After all, I reduced most of these characters to caricatures, so you can forgive them for having only one functioning brain cell. So once Elsa became a mainstay, I gave her a kimono as her main outfit, as she was now dating Scorpion, who's Japanese, in case you didn't know, because that and the Sun certainly didn't know.
Where is he? Where is he?
Oh boy.
And it wasn't until I gave her a standalone story, Let It Glow, which I think is my best comic I ever made,
closely followed by Raiden Cat, to be honest.
that I finally gave her her own hairstyle. And when I decided to pull the plug on my Subcelsa stories, it felt like the right time for Atfelsa to truly become a character of her own. And looking back, it's kinda ironic that I made her an artist, because I wasn't yet one at the time. And so, a name change was also long overdue, and I remember coming up with a variety of pretty generic names, so that it doesn't sound anything remotely similar to Elsa, only for us to settle on Felsa eventually.
In case somebody got confused, let me recap. This character started off as a clone of Elsa. She was an adoptive daughter of White Cat. She served as Scorpion's love interest in some Elsa series, where she also served as the straight man to Scorpion's portrayal of a grumpy idiot. Then had an appearance in a what-if story where she and other pairings at the time had kids. Then a version of her appeared in an unrelated story with Scorpion, where she was portrayed as Gerta, I believe her name was. And then went on to be part of Zart, where her name stylization went from Elsa to Felsa, along with obvious design changes.
Actually, she was never part of Zart. She was kinda exclusive to crossover stories with some of my friends' original characters.
Oh, right. My bad.
It's okay. But yeah, her name is now Falza. Not only is she an artist, but also a superhero, fighting evil under the name of Flamestorm!
Da 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 da!
That's a placeholder name.
Which also previously served as her last name in the Subcelsa series.
Yeah, you caught me there. However, this time I actually wanted her to be part of Zart, rather its reboot, and it was something I was a lot more confident about when I released those 3 videos, but alas,
Alas, what?
I just don't know where to go with it.
Ah.
All I have is a couple of edgy backstories, possible narrative directions, but no clue on how to make sense out of it.
Right.
Yup. Anyway, here's the finished artwork of Falsa, posing in front of a mirror, wearing her costume, while seeing a weird figure from her past instead of her reflection.
Gotta say, I really like how she has her first self in the reflection. You know, as if remembering where she started. I always liked it when artists do that. As if to say, look how far you've come. As for the Zart reboot, well, all I can say to that is, here's hoping. Force nothing, let everything come to you naturally. Because otherwise, you will end up like Rossini, who stopped composing once he realized he was looking for music, instead of letting the music come to him.
Right. In any case, we hope you enjoyed this video.
Be sure to check out the previous episodes of Sketchy Podcast in case you haven't already.
And thanks again, Kat, for joining me today.
My pleasure as always, buddy.
And since this is our final video this year, me and White Cat, we would like to wish you guys a Happy New Year.
Happy holidays, and Happy New Year.
See y'all in 2026.